Welcome back to Tech Stack. In this video, we'll cover property binding in Angular. Property binding allows you to bind values from the component class to the properties of HTML elements in the template. It's a key part of Angular's one-way data binding system. Open the Pages folder in the integrated terminal and create a new component named Property Binding. Now, copy the selector of the property binding component and use it inside the app component, just like an HTML tag. Now, we'll import the property binding component into the imports array of the app component to make it available for use. Now, run the project using the ng-serve command. Perfect, the component loaded successfully. Let's create an input tag in the template to accept user input. Now let's create a variable named minlength and assign it the value 3. Now bind the minlength variable to the input field using property binding. If you inspect the input element in the browser, you'll see that the minlength attribute has been successfully applied. Now let's create another variable named maxlength and assign it the value 11. Now bind the maxlength variable to the input field using property binding. If you inspect the input element in the browser, you'll see that the maxlength attribute has been successfully applied. Now let's create a variable named input type and assign it the value text. Now bind the input type variable to the type attribute of the input field using property binding. Now change the value of the input type variable to checkbox. Now change the value of the input type variable to radio. Now let's create a paragraph tag and bind its class attribute using property binding. Now, let's create a variable named elemClass and assign it an empty string. Now open the component's CSS file and add two classes, one for a red background and one for a green background. Now bind the elemClass variable to the class attribute using property binding. Now assign the value red to the elemClass variable in the component. Now assign the value green to the elemClass variable in the component. As you can see, both CSS classes are working perfectly. The styles are being applied correctly based on the value of the elemClass variable. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe and share.